letting your heart get too much in the way of your head and what's best for your dog will end up causing that heart more pain in the long run. Discipline equals freedom.
Amen.
Right? I mean, if you have an undisciplined dog, that dog's going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. Everything sucks.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, that's one of my big goals moving into this year is basically starting like a shelter campaign of signing up for the online training, Saving a Dog, and we're going to be launching it here real soon. But I firmly believe, whether you want to call it a calling or whatever, is that my goal is to revolutionize how your average everyday dog owner views, communicates with, and interacts with their dog.
Because how many dogs a year get sent to the pound?
3.3 million dogs every year get surrendered to shelters across this country, and it varies year to year, but usually between 680 and 750,000 dogs a year get euthanized. That's over 2,000 dogs every day getting put to sleep in this country, even at those numbers. And it's not as bad as it was, but it's still astronomically high. And the way I look at it very simply is that shelters, God bless them, are great resources, and we as Americans, very charitable, have opened up our hearts and wallets and provided pretty astounding resources for animals, whether it's ASPCA, HSUS, whatever, shelters, rescue organizations, you name it. But to me, it's no different than throwing money at the symptom. Mm-hmm. It's not addressing the problem. The problem is, why are they getting there in the first place? I mean, because with 83 million dogs out there, you can't have enough resources to accommodate that. And so it's like the pharmaceutical industry. It's dealing with the symptoms and not trying to fix the problem. And of course there is potentially some politics involved with that in terms of maintaining funding and salaries and jobs. I get all that, but to me, a shelter's number one goal should be to have 0 dogs in it.
Yeah.
If that's not your goal, you're wrong, and I'll call any one of them out right now. Your goal should be to be out of a job, in my opinion. And to me that starts with teaching people how to communicate with their dogs, and it's everything that we've talked about. But it's really not that complicated. And the gratification you get from doing it yourself and the understanding of your dog, it transcends just that. Just like with what you do, you can take all of these same lessons and apply them to your kids, to your spouse, to your business partners, to your employees, whatever, and it all works the same way.